If you're moving to Denver from another state and you think that you can just casually scroll Zillow for a few weeks, fly in for one weekend, and magically know exactly where you want to live, I really need you to hear me out before you make a very expensive mistake. Because I work with relocation buyers all the time, and honestly, the biggest mistakes usually happen before people even step foot in a single house. People fall in love with photos before they understand the reality of the neighborhood where the house is, the commute, the actual monthly payment, or what daily life here really feels like. And in 2026, buying in Denver remotely is honestly a completely different process than it was even just a few years ago. The market is calmer than the frenzy years. We have more inventory. Buyers currently have a lot more negotiating power in a lot of situations. But move-in ready homes in the most desirable areas still move fast. So what ends up happening is buyers feel this pressure to make quick decisions while also trying to figure out an entirely new city from a different state. And honestly, social media has made this so much worse. People moving here and expecting every neighborhood to feel like rooftop cocktails, mountain views, luxury remodels, and everyone drinking coffee with their golden retriever after their morning hike. And listen to me, parts of Denver can feel like that for about 14 minutes. Then reality kicks in because there's a huge difference between this neighborhood is cool and this neighborhood actually fits my life. That is where people get tripped up constantly. And one of the biggest mistakes that I always see out-of-state buyers make is choosing a neighborhood simply based on aesthetics instead of functionality. They'll come in absolutely convinced that they want to live in LoHi or RiNo or Sloan's Lake or downtown because that's what they've seen online. And then they actually get here and realize, man, this parking is brutal. Homes are tiny for the price you're paying. Traffic is exhausting. The updates are sometimes just cosmetic flips. And then they're spending close to $1 million to still feel stressed out. Meanwhile, I'll take them somewhere like Wheat Ridge, Littleton, Green Mountain, or Arvada, and suddenly they realize, oh wait, this actually feels livable. That happens all the time. And honestly, one of the smartest things that you can do before you even look at houses is you need to build a real neighborhood shortlist based on your actual lifestyle. What really matters to you, not a fantasy life, actual life. Like, where do you work? How often do you travel? How much do you care about walkability? How much are you really gonna go downtown? I think the answer will surprise you once you move here. How important is mountain access? Do you actually want an older, charming home, or do you just like looking at them online? Because another thing buyers massively misunderstand is being close to the mountains. This cracks me up every single time. People act like living in Lakewood versus Central Denver is the difference between a 15-minute ski commute and a 9-hour ski commute. Denver traffic humbles everybody eventually, especially on the weekends. People underestimate I-70 traffic, snow, construction, ski traffic, and honestly, just how geographically spread out Denver really is. Sometimes buyers are sacrificing the lifestyle they actually want during the week for this fantasy version of who they think they'll become on the weekends. Then 6 months later, they realize, I hike twice a month and mostly sit in traffic. That's why I always tell relocation buyers, build your housing decision around your daily life first. And another huge mistake I see is buyers underestimating the actual monthly cost of ownership here in 2026 because people are still using old Denver numbers that they saw online from several years ago. Meanwhile, property taxes have gone up, insurance costs have climbed, HOAs can be significant, Metro District fees can really surprise people, and condo financing has gotten more complicated in some communities. So buyers end up shocked when the real monthly payment is very different from what they expected. That's why getting pre-approved with someone who actually understands Colorado matters so much. And honestly, this is why I push buyers to focus on comfort and functionality instead of just chasing the trendiest zip code. Because eventually a lot of buyers realize that they would much rather have central air conditioning, a functional kitchen, a garage, a yard for their dog, updated systems, storage, and breathing room instead of spending dramatically more money just to say that they live in the cool neighborhood. And I'm not saying those neighborhoods are bad. I love a lot of those neighborhoods. I live in Berkeley myself. Some people absolutely thrive in those neighborhoods. But your house affects your stress level every single day. And I think people moving here deserve honest communications about what life actually feels like instead of just hearing generic, Denver is amazing content over and over. Another thing out-of-state buyers worry about constantly is, can I actually buy a house remotely? And honestly, yes, you can. People do it all the time. But the process has to be structured correctly. That means good virtual tours, good inspections, strong communication, clear contingencies, and honestly having someone who will tell you the truth about the house instead of just hyping everything up. Because when I do virtual tours for relocation buyers, I'm not just pointing out the pretty finishes. You've seen the pictures. I'm talking about street noise, parking, traffic, a weird layout, weird smells, lighting, roof condition, mechanicals, weird spots on the wall, foundation concerns, cracks, moisture issues, and what the surrounding area actually feels like day to day. That matters so much more than just whether the kitchen has trendy countertops. And in Denver specifically, inspections matter a lot. They matter everywhere. But things that are big deals here are radon, sewer lines, hail damage, older plumbing, settlement because we have a high clay content in our soil, and the age of the roof. Those are real things that buyers need to understand here. Honestly, some of the best relocation buyers are the ones who slow down enough to ask, what kind of life do I actually want here in Denver? Not what neighborhood is trending online. Because the right neighborhood for you is not always the trendiest one. It's the one that fits your real life. If you're moving to Denver from another state and trying to figure out neighborhoods, your budget, the commute, timing, or how to buy remotely without making expensive mistakes, I've linked my relocation guide, neighborhood guides, a buyer guide, and my buyer questionnaire below. And if you found this video helpful, like and subscribe because I break down the Denver market every week.